what's going on? There's a fitness hotel called Even Hotels? That's odd. You could work out in your room. Does it look like I know how to do Zumba? Only Latin dance I'm not I do is the lambada. Ooh, ole!
I am Bruce Jordan. I'm former IHG corporate and I manage over $1 billion in assets and $300 million in revenue. When Michael Jordan is the basketball, Bruce Jordan is the same to the hotel industry. My main goal is to give your hotel guests an amazing experience and to give your hotel the tools it needs to keep your revenue numbers in the black and beyond. And now you're watching another episode of Hotel Management Do's and Don'ts. Do you want to give your housekeepers a raise but you just can't afford it? No problem. We will increase their pay for you and it will cost your hotel nothing. Stop the hiring crisis and pay your employees more money. The hiring crisis ends today at We Tip Hotels. For more information, visit wetiphotels.com.
What's going on? It's Hotel Management Do's and Don'ts, and we are at the Even Hotels. This nice fit 136 room property is pushing up and crunching out the competition. So let's go ahead and get started and do this hotel review on Even Hotels. This hotel's theme is fitness, relax, peace, and tranquility. Now, despite popular appearances, I actually used to be a really big fitness nut. Like I used to do a bunch of boot camp classes and a bunch of HIIT classes and Muay Thai classes and cardio kickboxing. So when I came here, I'm like, all right, this brought me back to my glory days when I used to be the man, back in those days anyway. So if you're traveling and you love fitness and haven't used your gym memberships in about 6 months, this is the place for you. This location is not too far from the Cumberland Mall. And with all the businesses around here, it's like 1 million businesses around here, they're going to be crushing it once the corporate business return. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with. As of this shoot, this hotel is like the newest hotel in the area. It's only been open like a couple of weeks. So it's like driving a new car without having to pay that car note. Now let's get down to the meat and potatoes of this hotel, which of course is the fitness. When you go inside of the room, they have TRX. They have balance balls, they have rollers, they have yoga mats, and they even have like streaming services just for the exercises and the workouts inside the room. Now, what's really different here is that you don't really need the fitness center because you can actually work out in your room, but the fitness center is actually pretty big, but I seen bigger. So I was kind of surprised that it wasn't bigger than the average that I seen. Now, what's odd about this Even, can you find something odd about it even? Yeah, what's odd about this Even is that I just expected the gym to be a little bigger than it was. And I expected it to be a little bit more equipment than it was. But then again, it's only been open for 2 weeks. So maybe they got some more stuff coming in. But other than that, things was great. You got everyone working out. They're doing Zumba. The space that they have, they are utilizing it very well. Now take a look at these classes. Check it out. Now when you walk through the front door, it's all about peace and tranquility. This property has this feng shui thing kicked up a notch for sure. At first glance, you think that you just walk through like a resort spa or something. It just has this evergreen look and feel to it. With the lighting, the music, and everything else that they have going on, it makes you want to just meditate in the middle of the lobby. Everywhere you see these nice motivational phrases and signs, I think they're designed to keep you going through your workout after about 5 minutes. That 5 minutes is usually my give up point. I'm not sure what yours is. Now, this hotel has a nice little rec room where you can just kick back and chill, maybe play a little ping pong, watch some TV. It gets even better. IHG, Don't take that from me. I'm trademarking that. It gets even better. That's the even slogan. You can pay me for it, but I'm taking it. At this hotel, you get fresh ground coffee at the coffee station. This coffee machine is no joke. Now, unfortunately, this place comes with one downside. They don't sell ice cream. I was furious. Every time I finish working out, especially when I'm doing a good job, I need a cheat meal. Ice cream is my cheat meal. So I know I deserved at least one scoop after that 10-minute workout that I did. But you know, I couldn't leave the ATL without visiting Hattie B's Hot Chicken. Listen, the legendary Hattie B's in Nashville just opened up a location down here in ATL, and I had to get me some of them Dirty Bird fries. And I got me a side of them wings. I had to get the wings. Got the wings too, them hot wings. Whoo-wee. With that, oh man, with the peach cobbler and the collard greens, like I was done. I was holding my stomach back to Even Hotels, ready to work out my room. I was so full. I mean, this food is just so good at Hattie B's. It's unbelievable. Now, I didn't want those fitness buffs beating me up when I got back to Hattie B's. You know, that Hattie B's chicken, it be smelling so good. They were like, they'll beat me up for a cheat meal. But you know what? When I was lifting those wings into my mouth, I can feel my arms getting a lot stronger. Those wings were just so good. I think I put on at least 2 inches on this arm, you know, just. Now let's move on to operations. One thing that really stood out at this hotel was the TV. The TV, you can literally stream anything from your phone to the TV. So you don't have to worry. You can even like get your bill and review your bill on the TV as well. So you don't have to worry about nobody wake you up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, night audit. We know it's you, night audit. You don't have to worry about them wake you up trying to slide a bill under your door. I can't believe people still do that. Like, that's so 1980s. Slide a bill under the door. Ugh. Another thing that I love, and I'm pretty sure the housekeeper loves them too, is that they have fitted bed skirts. Say what? Yes, fitted bed skirts. So for those of you that don't know, when you're making a bed, if you have loose bed skirts, they tend to get tucked into the bed as you're making them. You have to, there's a constant battle of pulling them out, putting the sheets in the bed, pulling them out, putting the comforter in the bed, pulling them out, pull them out again. With fitted bed skirts, you don't have to worry about that because they're fitted, so they're not going anywhere. So making the bed is easy breezy for the housekeepers, and I know they're loving it. This design idea using fitted bed skirts was every bit of genius. One thing that threw me off, which is really actually pretty normal at most new hotels or most renovated hotels, is the small paint stains that you see like on the floor and maybe on the tile on the wall. This is how this happens. There's a paint stain. Of course, a housekeeper doesn't keep paint thinner on her cart. So she knows she can't get out the paint. She gives it to maintenance. Maintenance look at it and say, oh, the housekeeper just didn't want to clean the paint. All they need is a Brillo pad. They give it back to housekeeping, and it just goes back and forth between maintenance and housekeeping, and the paint just stays there. So this is what happens when you don't have maintenance and housekeeping on the same page. Now let's move on to revenue. During my stay, I seen a lot of empty rooms. Empty rooms means loss of revenue, but they only been open for like 2 weeks, so I'm gonna go ahead and give that one a pass. Now, on the flip side, I did see that they had a nice breakfast menu with great food, but I didn't see any of that advertised throughout the hotel. When I see something like that, that means that this hotel is not in it to win it when it comes to F&B. When that happens, F&B usually ends up becoming an expense to the hotel instead of a value asset. And it's really sad because the food was so good at this hotel. There's not too many hotels that you could go to that's gonna have this many healthy menu items. Unfortunately, a lot of the guests won't be able to experience that because their marketing, their F&B marketing is just not up to par. Now, the best way to increase your F&B is at the front desk. By having your front desk team join the food tasting so they can recommend some great menu items to the guests at check-in, gives the guests a reason to come down to the restaurant for breakfast. Also, This place has a lot of corporate business and a lot of the employees working at the mall. So before their menu items become dead stock, it may be a good idea for them to prepare some free food platters so they can build up the demand and serve it to the corporate office and to the employees at the mall. Having healthy food options this good and this close by would be too good for the locals to pass up on this offer. I absolutely love the breakfast. I love the menu items, and more importantly, I love the service. This is one of few hotels where the service in the restaurant was 10 times better than the service at the front desk. This restaurant has amazing customer service, and even better, it has amazing food.
Now it's time for the hotel
Badge. You guessed it, it's hotel badge time. Do you remember that old comic book character? I think his name was Swamp Thing. You know, I always wondered what happened to that guy. And I figured it out. He became a landscaper, and he did the landscaping for this hotel. I've never seen anything like this when it comes to landscaping. Someone must be allergic to flowers at this place, because when I walked outside, I couldn't find one flower. Half of the plants looked like weeds. There was no color coordination. I'm like, what in the hell is going on here? Like, there's no, like my daughter could have did a better job than this, okay? And she only knows how to garden with her cell phone. So now we know what happened to Swamp Thing. He started his own landscaping business, and he did the landscaping here. But you know how this thing goes. I don't know what's worse, the fact that it looks like this, or the fact that they actually paid for this. I could have got you some weeds for free. Now, let's start with operations. I love the fact that the room was nice, clean, and comfortable. I like the fitted bed skirts to help out the housekeepers move through their rooms with nice and smooth agility. But I really didn't like the paint on the floor in that one area. It was really small, you couldn't notice, but I noticed because I look for these things all the time. So for operations, I'm going to give them an 8.5. Now, let's move on to revenue. I love the hotel's concept and everything that they stand for. I know I probably won't be the best brand ambassador, but I support them. Now, what I didn't like is the fact that they're leaving the F&B hanging out to dry. You have to market and you have to push the F&B, especially inside a hotel. It's a team play. One has to support the other. You just can't throw F&B in there and say, I hope for the best, I hope it works. It just doesn't work that way. So for that reason, their revenue score is going to be at 8.0. And finally, we're at the breakfast score. Listen, they had that coffee. They had the coffee machine where you're able to grind your own coffee right before your eyes. This is really fresh coffee. I love the menu items. The food tastes great. It's going to be hot because it's made to order. So everything about breakfast, I'm with you there. I'm with you there. And so for breakfast, I'm going to give them a 9.0. And you know what that gives them a total score? That gives them a total score of 8.5. So this is what we have. You know it's not up to me. It's up to you to vote for this property if you want them to win.
The way to vote for this hotel is easy. All you do is come here, hit that subscribe button. All right, go down here, hit this like button. When it turns blue, you're good to go. Leave a comment down here with your score, and then you hit the comment button so if we see your score. And then all you got to do is share this video to Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, wherever you want to share it to, and boom.
And thank you for tuning in to another episode of Hotel Management Do's and Don'ts. And you know what we're here to do, baby. We're here to make your revenues rise up once again.